Hey everybody, this is Derek, and this video is a response to Steven's recent video that he did. And I want to continue further on the subject with the Mayan calendar and that of the Golden Age. And if you look in the news, you're not going to find that much great stuff on there. You're going to find stuff like, oh, there's a war breaking out in Iran. There's a major tsunami that hit the Philippines that has killed so many hundreds of thousands. That's not good news. You're going to hear news about this company going bankrupt, more people homeless, more people in poverty. And this was prophesized by that of the Mayan calendar. And even though I'm expecting the Golden Age to be coming soon, over the next little while, I'm expecting the news as far as being bad to get substantially worse before it gets better. Now, what I was planning on doing and will be doing after I do this video was talk about the reasons why we're in this and how we moved to the Golden Age. Made a bunch of notes. I think there's about 12 pages in here of different notes that I wrote, starting off with how we communicate through feeling, how words are a lagging indicator, how people wonder why things are so bad, how positive and negative energy works, how we are taught in fear, act of creating our own realities. In order to have a golden age, we need to experience this. Let's see, what else do we got? What happens when you get frustrated at governments and other things, what the reactions are. The peace movements and the 1960s peace movements, getting sick of bad things. And that's the big thing, because we literally are attracting all of this bad stuff through our thoughts. And we are also in the time where our thoughts are able to do more and more than they did before. So back in, say, 1965, you had these particular thoughts which would manifest whatever. It's going to do more and more in 2009 than it did in 1960. And in 1960, it would do a heck of a lot more than it did in 10 or 1000 AD. Meaning, 2010, your thoughts will be able to do more. 2011, a heck of a lot more. 2012, 2013, whoa. Because this to me seems like we are going to be getting into biblical times. When we look back at this time in the future, 50 years from now, 400 years from now, 2,000 years from now, the Bibles of the future would not be a surprise if it contains material, mainly from the years 2012 and 2013, but even really to like 1990 to 2030. That whole range of time frame is going to be that intense. What has stopped me from writing a fictional book about what 2012 will be about is I don't know what's going to happen other than the generic math that comes to me, which is that of being able to create more with our thoughts and slowly moving up the ladder towards that of love. But the key thing is, the way negativity seems to work is we attract the negative from all of our thoughts, actions, feelings. But when we have too much of it, that's when it becomes too much. And in order for us to be able to know what an amazing golden age is, we got to know what a terrible dark age is first. Just like they say in gambling, you got to know how to lose before you can win. And that is so true. And we are just finishing off learning how to lose, if you will. So the reason now why I say this is going to be a biblical age on an analytical, and you are so on the ball when you talk about me being very analytical. That is what I am. I mean, numbers is who I am. I see God in numbers, math. That is how I see it. Not like any of the religious folks. I see numbers, percents, probabilities, that kind of thing. And how I see this is that 2012 moment, or whenever we hit that critical mass point that people are talking about, that's when it seems to me that we will be at at balanced emotion. And what I mean by that, just as much positive thought as negative thought. From the time of the Big Bang to now, it has mainly been primarily that of negative. And therefore, from the time we hit this ascension point to the end of the universe, or the end of the galaxy, end of the solar system, will be that of positivity. And when I look at what I think 2015 and 2018-ish time frame is going to be, it seems as if it's going to be people positive. And you might think, well, it's not going to be a golden age, and the golden age for everyone loving each other, the days of no wars, where there's no poverty, that's going to take a while. I guess 24, 25, or 2600, and it's going to last for about a millennium and a half, or about 1500 years. That's the prophecy from the feeling that comes to me. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. But as I get the feelings, they're going to change throughout the days, weeks, and throughout the years. And as we move on to 2012, what we are finding is we are finding out all of these truths and realities, and many people are still very negative. And you brought up an excellent point when you said, and I'm reading a screen here, they would rather die than watch the system that has been ingrained into their bones rather than watch that go away. That is the reason I believe population reduction is actually going to happen over the next 3 years. Because people are not able to handle the energies that are coming. And it's amazing, because when I talk about golden age with a lot of people, that gets a lot of people angry. It gets a lot of people frustrated, because they see everything as so bad. They look at what has happened in the history and they just think negative about it, which is their choice. I respect them for thinking that. But when I talk about this mathematical golden age, I see us today 35% positive, or 40% positive, or 45%, and I don't even know what it is, because last year at this time, I thought that at the end of 2008, humanity was about 42% positive, 58% negative, and always slowly becoming more positive. I still believe we're slowly becoming more positive, but I'm now starting to think it might be 35% positive, 65% negative. And what I'm saying is, at that duality point of 2012, that's when it becomes 50-50, and from then on, that's when it's 55% positive, 45% negative. As this is the time where we understand what our thoughts will be doing, and in the 2013, 2014, 2015 time frame, the majority of the thoughts will be that of positivity. And what will be most likely needed at that time will be cleaning up. It's going to take a heck of a long time to clean up the mess that we have already been making, and the messes that we are really going to be making over the next 3 years or so. It's going to be something else, because I'm looking into the future, and I feel I'm very psychic, and I see a period where people are happy even though bad stuff is happening. So even though it may look on the outset on a video screen that it is still really terrible, it might not. It's going to be, let me just find an example here. I noticed that I have this pain here, and I enjoy it. That may sound really bad, but that's what I think is going to be. So that's why I'm not going to write this fictional book of 2012, because I have a pride issue that I want to be right. Which is why a lot of my long-term predictions have been vague. All I can do is make vague predictions for the longer-term time frame. If I make predictions for a month from now, 4 months from now, yeah, it's going to be a little less vague on the matter. But anyway, this video series that I'm going to do, I'm going to be reading off stuff from this. It's going to be helping to explain what the steps are needed towards going into the golden age. And myself, I got this book here. It's called Reality Check from Darryl Sloan. This is so amazing because I've been watching this guy on YouTube, and he's a phenomenal guy. Beautiful Irish accent and everything. And when I actually read the book, and I read it in my mind, I can hear his voice speaking to me like it is on the videos that he makes. And a lot of the stuff that is spoken in this is that of religion, which has been the biggest thing that has stopped us from getting to where we have to go. And I'm going to explain a little bit on religion. I know a lot of people who are heavy into the religious theologies may not like it, but I don't care. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to check out that video. Peace out, everyone. Bye-bye.